So hello everyone, in this video we'll be solving another LeetCode problem and the problem name is minimum time visiting all points. So on a 2D plane there are n points with integer coordinate xi, yi and we need to return the minimum time in seconds to visit all points in the order given by the points. So you can move according to these rules. So in 1 second you can either move vertically by 1 unit, move horizontally by 1 unit or move diagonally square root of 2 units. Or in other words, move 1 unit vertically then 1 unit horizontally in just 1 second. In the end, you have to visit the points in the same order as they appear in the array. You are allowed to pass through points that appear later in the order, but these do not count as visited. So what the question is saying that you are given some 2D plane and you have some points vector. So you need to visit each and every point in the order in which it is given in the points array. Now how you can do the traversal? You can go 1 unit horizontally, you can go 1 unit vertically, or you can go square root of 2 units diagonally. All of these single like moving in from one point to another take 1 second in total. So this is what you need to do. And also one thing, let's say this is point 1, this is point 2 and this is point 3. So if you are going from point 1 to point 2, let's say this is point 1, this is point 2 and in between you have point 3. So if you are going from point 1 to point 2 and in between you come across point 3, so you will not count this point 3 as visited. You need to first visit point 2 then visit point 3 because they have said that you need to traverse in the order in which it is given in the points array. So this is what you need to take care. So let us see the first example and see how we can find solution out of it. So this is the first example. You can see that 1, 1 is one point here, then 3, 4 is the another point here, and minus 1, 0 is another point here. So this is 1, 1, this is 3, 4 and this is minus 1, 0. So you can see that we are taking 2 seconds to go here and then we are going vertically up here to get to point 3, 4. So this total take 3 seconds. Then from 3, 4 to minus 1, 0 we are taking 1, 2, 3 and 4 seconds. So in total we took 7 seconds to cover all the points. So if you look at the output is also 7. But if you realize one thing, in the first like when we were going from 1, 1 to 3, 4, so this is 1, 1 and this is 3, 4. So we are taking a diagonal route, right? But instead we could have taken 2 horizontally and then 3 vertically. But why didn't we choose this? Because this will take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds. This would have taken 5 seconds, but this takes only 3 seconds. So 2 seconds extra we are taking. So from this we realize one thing, we should take diagonal as many as possible because diagonal is the most optimal option. So what we can do, we can choose as many diagonals as possible, and after that when we are exhausted, when we can't go in the diagonals, we will choose either horizontal or vertical. But how we will decide like how much to go diagonal, and now we cannot go diagonal, then we need to go either vertically or horizontally? How will we decide? So let us take these points only, 3, 4 and 1, 1. So the difference in the x point is what? 3 minus 1, that is 2, and in the y points is 4 minus 1, that is 3. So you understand one thing, like in horizontal x part we have 2 units, and in the vertical part we have 3 units to cover. So this is 3 units. So can't we divide this 3 units, this is 3 units, into 2 unit plus 1 unit? Because if we divide this 3 unit into 2 plus 1 units, you can see we can traverse this using diagonal. So we don't need to cover these 2 units, we can cover directly in 2 seconds we can directly go up till here, otherwise we need to take 4 seconds, 2 here and 2 here. So what we can say, and then we can obviously take 1 unit vertically to get to point 3 comma 4. So indirectly we are taking 3 units, but how we are getting 3 units? Just take the maximum of both of the differences. So here the difference was 2 and here the difference was 3, so we broke 3 into 2 plus 1. So this 2 we can cover diagonally, so 2 plus this 1 we can travel vertically. So we got 3 as our answer. So how we can derive this, how we can like write this mathematically? So just take the difference. So let's say I am at point I am at point I, and this is point I minus 1. This is point I minus 1. So simply take the maximum of both of the difference. So point of I comma 0, first we are taking for the x part, so point of I minus 1 comma 0, and now for the y part, so point of I comma 1 minus point of I minus 1 comma 1. Whatever gives you the maximum, you need to you will take these many seconds to cover till that point. So in this case this particular part is what, I comma 0 is what, 3, and this is I minus 1 comma 0 is 1. So 3 minus 1 gives you 2. Here what is this point I comma 1? I comma 1 is 4. So this is 4 and I minus 1 comma 1 is 1. So 1. So 4 minus 3, 4 minus 1, that gives you 3. So what is maximum, 3 or 2? Obviously 3. So we take 3 seconds to go from 1 comma 1 to 3 comma 4. Similarly we can do this for this also, but we are missing one thing here, that we need to take the absolute value of the difference, because there can be points in the negative parts also, so we need to take care of that. So we will take absolute difference between them, not directly the difference that I have shown you here. And I hope you get the intuition also how we are getting the diagonal part. If you didn't understand, simply understand by this thing. If you have the points something like this, let's say these are the points and we need to go from this point to this point. So obviously one way is to go from 2 horizontal and 2 vertical, but if we have both the vertical and horizontal part same, so we can directly cover this to diagonal. So this is the logic we are applying here also. So what we did, we have 2 units here and we have 3 units here, so we broke 3 into 2 plus 1, so that we have 3 vertical and 3 horizontal same, so we can cover that diagonally and one remaining part what you can say vertically, and we are just depicting here this operation here mathematically. So from here we got 3 seconds. Now how will we get the 4 seconds? Simply do the same thing. So 3 minus of minus 1 and 4 minus of 0, so maximum of that. Or here also we need to take absolute of whatever we are doing here. So let me just write clearly here. So maximum of absolute of 3 minus minus 1, 3 minus minus 1, comma absolute of what was that, 4 minus 0. So 3 minus minus 1 is 4, so maximum of 4 comma 4 minus 0 is 4. So from here we need to take 4 seconds to go. So in total how many seconds we need to go from to traverse all these points? 4 seconds plus this 3 seconds. So in total we took 7 seconds. So that's why the output is here also 7 only. So this is how we'll be solving this particular problem. Let us see the code now. So this is the code, pretty much easy. Just I am first declaring the n as the size of the points array, answer as the time taken to cover all the points, and then we are just running our loop over all the points inside the points array. So we are starting our iteration from the first index because we need to take the difference with the previous index. So we are starting it from 1. Now what we are doing, we are just taking the maximum value between the difference in the x and y coordinates or the y points, maximum of that, and also keeping sure that we take the absolute difference, because we can get answer in negatives also, because we have negative points as well. So absolute difference between point of I comma 0, this is the x part, difference take it with I minus 1 comma 0. And for the y part, absolute difference between points of I comma 1 minus point of I minus 1 comma 1. So this is the y coordinate. So whatever gives you the maximum value, just take that and increment your answer by that. In the end, just return the answer. So I hope you understand this solution. Thank you for watching.